and he felt like if you guys played with the same type of effort moving forward, you could get into some trouble. How do you look at your team's overall execution of that?
Our execution? I thought our execution was pretty well. I think we had some really careless turnovers, though. We had some really careless turnovers, unforced turnovers. I thought when we did execute, we got great shots, and we didn't shoot the ball. Like I said, we couldn't throw a quarter into the ocean, but when we did execute, we got some pretty good looks. We just had a lot of unforced turnovers.
Yesterday in Ohio, you said that you were inspired by seeing that game, and you wanted to take that into today's game. Was that reflected in kind of some of the highlights we saw from you, your approach, your joyfulness?
No, it's just my approach and my joyfulness. The highlights, sometimes they happen, sometimes they don't, but just playing the game with a lot of joy, with a lot of fun, a lot of intensity, trying to do whatever it takes to help my team win. And, I was happy I was able to make a few plays tonight to help us do that.
How did that play develop where it looked like you were feigning a block on Rondo?
How did it develop? We had a 3-on-1 break, and Rondo being the great quarterback that he is, I thought he was going to throw the lob. Also, he faked the defender out. I think it was Hunter who he faked out, but I thought he should have threw the lob. So he hit me with a fake pass, so I hit him with a fake block.
Lebron, there are about the pass to Dwight between the legs.
I don't know. It just developed. Sometimes plays just develop on their own, and it's my job as the ball handler to see the whole floor. And Dwight was trailing down the middle. I caught a glimpse of him in my peripheral, and I just tried to look off the defense and saw big fella trailing down the middle and just try to put it on time on target.
Lebron, not many guys remaining from 2003 that were on the court. To see your rookie year. Just wondered this last matchup with Vince and kind of what he's meant to the league and all the matchups you've had against him over the years.
Well, we played against each other a lot, regular season, postseason. So I think he's meant a lot to all the franchises that he's played for. Especially Toronto. The years he had there, the years that he had in New Jersey were really good as well. And so on and so on. Dallas, here, he's just been, he probably will go down as the greatest in-game dunker of all time. And then, once his athleticism, he wasn't dunking as much, then he started shooting that tray ball at an effortless, clip. I just think it's professionalism. And, him just always keeping his mind and his body in shape has allowed him to play this many years. And, the game has seen a good one.
It seems like you've been having a lot of fun this season. What's changed as far as, you enjoying yourself? We saw you do the shimmy earlier today. What has changed?
What's changed from what?
As far as you having fun, it's like you having more fun this season than normal. Or it appears that way.
Nah. I don't agree.
With looking at 5 or 6 runs, is it possible to view a game like this as a trap game, or is that something to talk about?
No, we don't talk about it. We understand that every game creates its own challenges. And, if we don't come out with the mindset to try to win and execute the right way, then we can be beat by anyone, no matter the record. Because we know when we play teams, no matter what their record are, above 500, below 500, that they're going to give us their best shot, and we got that tonight.
Hey, LeBron kind of referenced it. Frank said that he's going to rely on you in terms of how to handle sort of a long-term plan for I hate to use the term load management, but like health and stuff like that. How honest do you have to be with yourself, and how long-term do you have to think? I know you want to be out there if you're feeling good, but how do you balance that?
What do you mean?
I mean, how do you decide? I mean, is it a matter?
If I'm healthy, I play.
That's just going to be your approach all year.
I mean, that should be the approach. I mean, unless we're getting to late in the season, we've clinched and we can't get any better or any worse, and it could benefit from that. But I mean, why wouldn't I play if I'm healthy? It doesn't make any sense to me personally. I mean, I don't know how many games I got left in my career. I don't know how many kids that may show up to a game that they're to come see me play, and if I sit out, then what? That's my obligation. My obligation is to play for my teammates, and if I'm healthy, then I'm gonna play. If coach sits me out, then I'm not healthy, and it's just that simple.
Last two questions.
You referenced it earlier, LeBron.
I hear too many questions.
LeBron, you referenced it earlier, but just how rewarding was it to sneak in this trip to Columbus and see not only your son but also all your old teammates?
Well, I mean, I went there for one reason, and one reason only is to support my son and his team. But along that way, I knew that my guys were going to be in town, and we communicated about this a long time ago, that if I was able to make it, we would do a dinner before the game, come together and see one another and just, pick it back up like we never left. And, it was my son's eighth high school game, and it was my first that I was able to be at live. So to have all our family, my wife and my daughter, my mom was there, my father-in-law, my sister-in-law, my cousins, all my friends and people that I've grew up with and seen in my hometown growing up was all there. My mentor and father figure, Coach Drew Joyce, was on the other side coaching St. Vincent St. Mary, and my best friends. It was a surreal moment for not only for myself, but my family and friends was talking about it as well, just to seeing how things had come full circle. Seeing my son out playing in our home state versus my alma mater, playing in front of our family and friends. It was like everyone was kind of telling me it was almost like I was back in high school all over again, watching my son play. So it was one of the greatest moments in my life so far.
Hey, tell us about the play between the leg bounce to Dwight.
Y'all want another one? We already got that one.
One more right here, LeBron, real quick. Speaking of your son, have you thought about potentially making history by coming the first father and son to play in the league at the same time?
The way my body feel right now, post game, no, absolutely not. But listen, I mean, through the grace of God and through the grace of health, we will see what happens. But at the end of the day, it's not promised that my son can make it to this level. But we don't even discuss that, and we don't even get involved in that. We live every day by every day, and how he can continue to be a great teammate, be a positive role model to his little brother and little sister, and when he leaves the house, continue to hold the James, last name with the utmost respect, because it's not just about him. And when I leave the house, it's not just about me. It's about our family and what we've created. So this is right here is being in the NBA is extra credit as far as life. If you're able to make it, and you don't never take it for granted. This is all cool and well and dandy, but it's so much more to life, especially.
Turnovers are there and you're not hitting shots. You kind of rely on the defense. So did you see that again tonight?
At some level. I wasn't really, our defensive numbers were great, but we didn't really guard at the level that we're capable of. So we got to tighten the screws some there. And then, the turnovers were just a little too sloppy. But, usually overcome that with the shot making, which wasn't there tonight. And, the way we played, we're happy to get a win.
Did you get any early senses of AD play through the ankle? Obviously, any dialogue there after he tweaked it?
I'm not getting any update on that. Stay tuned.
What do you think's behind just the couple games in a row with the turnovers?
I think the defenses have been, you got to credit the other team sometimes. The teams are coming after us. We always get the other team's best shot. That was true in Miami and here tonight. And, we just, obviously we got to space better. It's not always the ball handler's decision making with the turnovers. Our execution just has to be a little bit better.
LeBron was the one guy hitting shots. I think he had 4 of the 5 threes, and then just a lot of highlight plays. What did you see from him tonight, trying to entertain the crowd?
Man, he was spectacular. I mean, he had some all-time clips. The drop pass to Dwight, and there was a few of them. But he was terrific, and obviously he was part of the win.
Frank, AD playing through that ball, was that more or less his call? Was he just telling you, hey, I can go, I can play the rest of this game?
He said he's good, so we leave him in there. Doesn't go any further than that.
Coach, final time you guys will see the Hawks and Vince Carter, 22 seasons in this league. What kind of legacy do you feel he leaves on the NBA?
He's a legend, obviously for what he accomplished in his prime, but to have that type of longevity, and to be a great ambassador for our league. He's just well liked, by the entire league and the fan base and everything. And, it's just impressive what he's been able to accomplish.
Frank, you guys obviously, we mentioned, had some all-time highlight type plays today, but do you think you guys highlight hunted at times? Was that sort of the consistent sort of focused effort you'd want?
No, I don't think so. These guys make plays to make plays. I don't think anybody was highlight hunting. They were just trying to get a win.
do you think made the difference in Rondo being so productive tonight in his minutes?
He's been productive, the whole season for us. He missed shots last game in Miami, but he's been playing terrific basketball for us.